Hey, eighth grade. So today this is going to go through your mini prompt breakdown, which are these right here. And what's important to note is that you are only writing about the poem that we read today. You're not writing about House on Mango Street. So make sure that that's your focus. So what I'm going to do is go through, break down the first prompt with you, and then you guys are going to be answering the questions. So it says, you have read a poem by Maya Angelou and an excerpt from The House on Mango Street. You haven't read that yet? We're going to read it tomorrow. Think about the similarities and differences in how the two authors develop the theme in each text. Write an essay in which you identify a theme in each text and analyze how each theme is developed. Be sure to include evidence from both texts. So right away, we kind of know what are the two things that we're doing. We are going to ask ourselves, what is the theme? And we're going to ask ourselves, how is the theme developed? Those are the two questions that we're answering. And you're not actually writing a paragraph. You're just going to answer it using these lines here. So the first question is, what is the theme of I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou? You need to answer this in complete sentences. So starting with a restate, the theme of I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings is. So what is theme? We know that a theme is the message or the moral or the lesson that the reader learns or that the author wants the reader to learn. When we look at I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, obviously we have a theme that has to do with freedom. We have a theme that has to do with being caged or being imprisoned. We have a theme that has to do with hope. Some good, strong themes that we could use would not just be those words, though. So we need to think about what is Maya Angelou saying about, and here's some topics: hope, freedom, imprisonment. What are some others? Hope, freedom, imprisonment. I think those are a pretty good start for what is Maya Angelou saying about those. So your theme should not just be those words, but that hope, that you need to hold on to hope, or that freedom makes you sort of take advantage of what you have. You want to think about what is a larger idea about theme. For the development of theme, I'm going to just list a couple of ways that themes are developed, especially in fiction, especially in poetry. So first of all, we have figurative language. And that includes all of the things like symbolism, personification, etc. We have the narrator or the speaker when we're talking about poetry. We have the structure of the text. We have the word choice and the tone. Those are all examples of how themes could be developed. I want you to think about what are the ways that Maya Angelou develops themes here. Then you're going to give one piece of evidence and explain that evidence for your answer to what is the theme of this and how is it developed. So it's like a mini rage, one sentence, one complete sentence per question. So that's 4 sentences in total. Once you're finished with that one, you're going to move on to the next 2, writing mini prompt number 2 and mini prompt number 3. I'm going to go through number 2 with you. It says, in both I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, and that's the one we're focusing on today, and House on Mango Street, the authors develop a first-person point of view. It means speaking from the I point of view. Write an essay in which you identify the point of view of the narrator and analyze how this point of view reveals the narrator's traits. So remember that point of view, or let's see what our 2 questions are first. First, we're going to say, what is the point of view of the narrator or the speaker? What are the thoughts and feelings of them? And how does the point of view show the narrator or speaker character traits? So what are the things that we need to know? We need to know that first person point of view is going to give us the thoughts and feelings of the speaker. Or the narrator. We know that we want to analyze how this point of view reveals the narrator's traits. So traits is going to be the personality or the actions, reactions of the speaker or the narrator. So how does using this first person point of view show us things about our speaker? Once again, you're going to answer these one complete sentence for each. Then on your own, I want you to go on to answer the last mini prompt. You have read the poem I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings and 2 chapters from The House of Mango Street. Consider the similarities and differences in the structure of each text. Write an essay in which you identify the structure of each text and analyze how the author uses the structure to develop the plot of the text. Be sure to use evidence from both. So you're going to go ahead and work on just I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings for each of these 3 mini prompts. They should be in complete sentences. If you have any questions, raise your hand.